Hello guys, hi, this is Nompela talking about it. All right, today we are focusing on women. These women who are chasing careers, chasing ambitions, running a business, and then you have a husband, you have children, you have a home to take care of. And some women, additionally to this, have some stock fells, some are comrades, some have church responsibilities, some are pastors. Different women have different extra things that they are doing. The topic of the video today is domestic chores will cost you your marriage. So that's what we are going to concentrate on, the domestic part of your life and your marriage. So as women, we are capable. We can do it. It is possible, highly possible for us to do all these things. We can wake up in the morning, fix ourselves, fix the kids, help husband get ready for his day, and then you go after fixing yourself, you go to work, go do your things, and then come back home and do the things again. When you get home, you pick up where you left off in the morning. Yes, we can do it, but it is heavy on us. It is costing us. It makes us grumpy. Some of us are doing it by choice. Some of us are doing it because it's the way we were raised. It's culture. Some of us feel that no, we don't want helpers, so I'd rather just do it myself. But it is costing us. It really makes us grumpy. It makes us moody. It makes us, we just snap most of the time. We feel like we are not taken care of in the house. So let's talk about a normal day where you wake up in the morning and do all these things, and then your husband goes to work, the children goes to school, and then you go do the business of the day. When you come back, the first thing you want to do is cook, so that you can put the meal on the table, so that you do it as fast as you can, because you have a lot of things that you have done. You probably have an assignment deadline, or you have work that you brought home and all of those things. So these things, say when you knock off, our husbands, most of the time when they knock off, when they come in, they would go to the shower. Most husbands do it like this. You go to the shower, you take a shower, and then after that you grab a newspaper, you watch news, and then you want a cup of coffee. The children, as a woman, the first thing that you want to do is run to the kitchen to make things to be done quickly. So you after dropping your bag, you start chopping the onion, and your energy is different when it comes to domestic chores. It's different compared to your work. It's different compared to your business, compared to your academics, because those are things that you find value in. You find value in your business, you find value in your academics, you find value in your work. So even if they exhaust you, the mind in which you are operating from is different. So sometimes you don't even feel that they are exhausting you, even if they are, because your mind is different when you are doing that. And then compared to when you are doing domestic work is a burden. It is a responsibility that exhausts you. It's a responsibility that it's something that you don't want to do. When you knock off, you would rather really just sit on the couch and do nothing, and have the cup of coffee coming to you instead of you making the cup of coffee for the husband. Because as the children are coming to you complaining about, this is what happened at school, or sometimes they are sharing excitement, sometimes they want to show you some things that they did at school. You, as a parent, you really want to be part of that. But because you are so burdened by these chores that you are doing, you find yourself snapping at the children when they show you things. You find yourself just being grumpy, and you feel like so much that you regret it the following day. Why did I speak like that to my child? And at that moment, really, you were not deliberate. It is the circumstances that you were in. And while the child is doing this, the husband also wants a cup of coffee, and additionally to his cup of coffee, he wants a snack, or he wants you to make a sandwich before you finish cooking. So you want to be that good wife, you want to be that good mother, you want to do all these things for your people, you want to be as productive as you are in the corporate world, but it is just different when it gets home. You are tired, you are exhausted. So that's where the problem comes in. you are too exhausted to be a loving person in your house, and then you start asking your husband, please man, are you not able to help me with this? Are you not able to, while I wash the dishes, please just mop the floor, and why not do this, please help me with this. So we know that domestic chores are our responsibilities. Men do not like domestic chores, and it is not their responsibility at all. But we get to that point where we ask them to help us with certain things because we feel that really we are burdened. And when they don't help us with those things, remember, it's not what they like doing. So when they don't help us with these things, we feel that they don't care about us. And that is where the problem comes in. That is where it starts costing the marriage. You start feeling that you are selfish. You want me to do all these things, yet you can see I also come from work. I am also tired. I also did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But now you are just sitting there. You are trying to take him out of his comfort position. You want to put him in your corner of responsibility because you want to balance this thing. You want him to help you. And when he does not help you, you start saying, no, you don't love me, you don't care about me, and all of those things. And the truth is, just because your husband does not help you with domestic work, it does not mean that they love you less. And just because they help you with domestic work, it also is not an indicator that they love you more. Domestic work is not part of the husband's package. So some of them will really do it because they feel they care about you and they can see that you are burdened. But some of them will really feel like, no, this is not my cup of tea. I don't want to do domestic work. And just because they don't want to do the domestic work does not mean that they don't care about you. But that's not how we interpret it. We see that you don't care about me because you want me to do all these things while you are just sitting there and being served. And as a result of us feeling that we are not well taken care of, we start being even more moody. We start being, we feel unloved. So the communication in the house is not nice, and some women will just be quiet. Some will complain the whole day, making the atmosphere even more unpleasant in the house. So that is a big deal. The fact that you feel that your husband is not helping you, and the fact that he feels that I don't want to do domestic work, and it leads to a lot of things. When you feel that he does not, when it comes to the bedroom, we women, we are emotionally attached. We do these things according to how we feel. And if we feel that you are not contributing positively to my heart or to my feelings, we cannot be that girl in the bedroom that flies and just make things to be done. We are the opposite, and you don't like it, and we start not wanting to do. It's either we're not gonna have the sexual intercourse at all because we feel drained, or when we do it, we are just I don't know how to say it, but we are not so productive. As a result, the husband is at a position or at a point where he does not like what is happening in the bedroom. So those that are immoral, those that don't have the proper values, will go out and go get another woman, and that costs the marriage. And when you trace it back, when you look back, it all started with domestic work. Some of the husbands will now start being as grumpy as you are. You were grumpy as a result of the domestic work. He is now getting, and because of your grumpiness, you did not do the things in the bedroom. And now because you did not do the things in the bedroom, he starts being grumpy. So one thing leads to another, and then the marriage is just getting bitter and bitter and bitter. Sometimes when you visit marital counseling, those counselings, is it marriage counseling? Yes. You will realize that everything is traceable to domestic chores. We rarely complain about our work, our business, and all of those things, no, because of how I explained that we relate different to them. But the one thing that we complain about is domestic work. So it is important for us to have domestic helpers in our house. They help us a lot in a way that we don't even imagine that they help us. There are a lot of advantages with having a domestic help in your house, and that mostly saves your marriage, even though it's not directly involved. It indirectly just gives you a beautiful marriage. Because remember, when you have all these chores that you must do at home, you really can go out on movie nights, and there's a lot of things that you cannot be flexible for because the domestic work is here. It is killing you, and sometimes you can't even go because there's no domestic helper that's gonna stay. That you don't know who's gonna stay with the children. Some people don't have their parents in the cities they stay in, so you can't just go drop them with the parents and go do what you must do. So the positive things that happens when you have a domestic worker are part of those things where you are so light at home that you can just drive off, knock off, drop your bags, have whatever, take whatever you're taking and go. And husband can just decide to take you out while the children are still in the comfort of their home, while they are cooked for and they are eating. And sometimes, even if it's not about going out, when you get to a house that is clean, well taken care of, a house that is beautifully done, you are able to just come in and cook. When you cook, understanding that it is the last thing that you are doing for the day, you cook with morale, because you're not worried about the dishes and what else you must do after cooking, and how you must fix the children for tomorrow, and how you must take care of other things for tomorrow. You do it with a lighter spirit. You have more morale to do it, and then you don't snap much, because a lot of the work in the house is done. You are able to listen to your children. You are even able to entertain them. You are able to check their homeworks. You are able to make that cup of coffee for your husband. There's a lot of things that you do that you could not do when you did not have a domestic helper. So you need that assistance. The other thing is that marriage is not really built in the house by just being together. You need a fresh atmosphere most of the time, and most marriages that has survived the longest, you will hear that it is those ones that were spontaneous, were continuously just doing things. So how do you randomly just go on a movie night when you don't have someone that is going to take care of things while you are away? How do you randomly just on a Friday go sneak out, go to a hotel, just to freshen up, get new power, and come back for other things? It becomes difficult. So it is important to have a domestic helper in your house. It helps a lot. I will make a video after this one that explains pros and cons, because there's a lot that is being said about domestic workers. So I'm going to give a tip on how we can get them and how we can keep them for the safety and happiness in our homes.